Hello! Hi, Sean!
Hello! Hello, Shida! And hello, everyone! Welcome po sa ating seventh session na ng
Bilis?
episode, yes, ng OFE Side Hustle. So, para po sa mga first-timers, sa mga nanonood ngayon at manonood pa, um, OFE Side Hustle po is just simply sharing our knowledge, our experiences and expertise. And syempre, para po tayo makatulong na mas matuto pa ang maraming tao at mas mag-grow pa and become a truly rich. Yan. And syempre, bago tayo mag-start, Chida, gusto ko munang batiin ang ating mga bayani. Ang lahat ng OFW, ang lahat ng ating mga ka-OFE, ang lahat at ang buong Pilipino sa buong mundo. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Hello! So ito na naman guys, sama-sama po tayo ulit na matuto at magtulungan para mawakasan na po natin ang kamangmangan na nagdudulot ng ating kahirapan. Di ba, Shida?
Tama. Happy Labor Day, guys, sa lahat
Yes!
ng mga OFWs na nanonood sa kung saan mang lugar yan. Happy Labor Day and thank you sa pagsisikap nyo para matulungan yung mga family natin. And syempre, yung country natin, di ba, para umangat din tayo sabay-sabay. Di ba?
Amen. Yes. And so,
And a reminder
Shida,
to join our community. It's OFE Investing and Business Community. Free for all po yan. Wala ding bayad yan. So, join lang kayo. So, it's a community wherein pwede kayong matuto and mag-share ng iba't ibang knowledge o mindsetting man yan. Or last time, meron tayo about coffee, di ba? So, anything under the
yes.
sun, pwede mong i-share dyan kung ano man yung mga um, skills and side hustles na pwede nating matutunan. So, and free to invite din yung families and friends nyo dyan sa community. It's not limited to our OFWs. So, lahat pwede dyang sumali. Okay. And then, our
Yes.
seventh episode, Sean.
Yes. Anyway, by the way, nga pala, ang dami ko nang dinaldal, ang dami na rin dinaldal ni Shida. I'm
Oo nga.
Shan. Limitless Shan, guys. May page ako. Follow them. And please share nyo na to para marami nang manood. Bago ko i-introduce kung ano yung topic natin. Yan. And simply, I'm just a human being. I'm Shan and I'm just a human being.
And I'm Shida. I will be your also your host for today with Sean. I'm a fellow OFW here in Singapore. And yes, sana sabay-sabay tayong makapag-transform into OFE, which is yan yung goal ng ating page. So, excited na ako sa episode na to, Sean. Go ahead.
Ako super duper excited na ako. Siyempre, para saan ba at ano ba yung topic natin ngayon? Siyempre, para saan? Para tayo hindi lang sa pera naman. And, ito, ano bang meron dito? It's all about cryptocurrency. Kaya sobrang excited na ako kasi alam kong may napakalaking future nito eh. So, syempre i-introduce ko na sa inyo yung ating guest at napakagaling na speaker. Isa siyang graduate ng BS-ECE. At the same time, dati siyang IT. Nagtatrabaho siya sa IT. At the same time, nagtrabaho siya sa BPO. And currently ngayon po, isa po siyang OFW. OFE rather. Sorry, OFE. Na nakabase sa KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And executive assistant po siya ng isang CEO doon. Wow! Laging kasama CEO. So, siguro nakuha niya yung brain niya doon. And, ito pa yung pinaka-excited ako eh. Isa sa mga hobbies niya is magbasa ng books at the same time mag-aral about investment and lalo na sa cryptocurrency and blockchain. So without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Henry Mac. Oh.
Hi everyone. Welcome to OFE.
Yes. So ano, kumusta ka? Kumusta sa Saudi?
Eto parang mahuhulog na yung puso ko.
Saan yan? Kanina yan. Ingat ka ha. Kung kanina yan.
Literal na mahuhulog yung puso eh. Hindi ko na maramdaman yata na tumitibok siya.
So ano, sorry ha, kumustahin ko lang yung ano, mataas ba yung case dyan? Okay ba kayo dyan?
Oh, praise God, somehow nag-stabilize siya. But lately, since nag-Ramadan nga, so people are, again, traveling and meeting other relatives. So somehow nag-shoot up din siya. But thank God also na yung government is very hands-on naman sila. So I myself already had my first shot of vaccine. And yeah, we're doing good here.
Nice. Good to know, Henry. And nga pa, gusto ko parang artista. Alam mo yung mga ano, o jate.
Sean, medyo
Ayan.
medyo nawawala ka ata. Wait, ayan.
Oh, sorry. Well,
Oo,
sorry, ganito
sige.
lang
Wait,
pag live.
ako muna. Ayan guys, before
Ikaw
tayo
muna, Sheila.
mag-start, sige. Before tayo mag-start, may pa-raffle ata si Direk after this show. So, ayan, ilalagay ko siya sa comments Ayan. So, ang nakalagay dyan, comment your hashtag OFE experience, hashtag kung saang country kayo, and hashtag crypto 101. And then, tag 2 friends and share this stream. And then, prizes will be, or winners will be drawn after the show. Okay. Hello, Sean. Are you back?
Hello, rinig mo na ako?
Yes, yan. Okay na siya.
Ayan, malinaw na. So,
Ayan.
So,
So,
live yan,
let's
live.
go to the topic. Cryptocurrency 101. So ito, medyo mahaba yung listahan ng request namin dito sa topic na to, and na-delay na siya ng na-delay, to be honest. So ano siya, parang same as Philippine stock market. Parang during the pandemic, bigla na lang siyang naging in demand for people to learn. 'Di ba? Na notice mo din ba 'yon, Sir Henry?
Yeah, somehow plus there's a cycle here na tinatawag natin. So, yep.
Oh, ayan. So itong episode natin will be for beginners. So kung very limited yung knowledge nyo about cryptocurrency, this is a great way para mag-start. So nandyan si Henry. And then ipon na kayo ng question nyo guys as a way. So he will try to answer those questions.
Yep.
Yeah. We can start, I guess.
Yeah, so first, I guess, kahit hindi ko nasabihin, but this is still a disclaimer na hindi ako legal financial advisor. So always do your own research and due diligence. But basically, I'd like also to take this opportunity to thank yung Cryptocurrency Philippines for supporting the channel, Mr. CP. And gusto ko rin na pasalamatan si Mr. Siron Rod, Jesse V, and Kalakal Borge. Siyempre, wag kong kalimutan yung aking misis, yung ever supportive misis ko na sexy. Thank you for that. So let's go and let's start this one. Alam ko, excited na kayo. Here, we're gonna talk about cryptocurrency. Number one on the list is Bitcoin kasi siya naman yung pinakasikat. And with that, we're gonna talk about also yung blockchain and what are these alternative altcoins that we have. But before that, we would like also to play this video and let's see. Grab your paper and ballpen kasi may exam tayo dito. So, let's listen to this.
EFT. Mr. Bloom has 2 minutes. Commissioner, Mr. President, I rise again, I'm afraid, to make the same old hoary speech that I've been making here for several years, and that is, it is my opinion that you do not really understand the concept of banking. All the banks are broke. Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke. And why are they broke? It isn't an act of God. It isn't some sort of tsunami. They're broke because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money that they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal and it's been going on for too long. To add to that problem, you have moral hazard, a very significant moral hazard from the political sphere. And most of the problem starts in politics and central banks, which are part of the same political system. We have counterfeiting, sometimes called quantitative easing, but counterfeiting by any other name. The artificial printing of money, which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time. Central banks repress the amount of interest that rates are, so we don't have the real cost of money. And yet we blame the real retail banks for manipulating LIBOR. The sheer effrontery of this is quite astonishing. It's central banks that manipulate interest rates, Commissioner. And plus, underneath all this, we talk loosely, in a rather cavalier fashion, do we not, about deposit guarantees. So when banks go broke through their own incompetence and chicanery, the taxpayer picks up the tab. It's theft from the taxpayer. And until we start sending bankers, and I include central bankers and politicians, to prison for this outrage, it will continue.
Grazie per il gruppo.
Thank you. Maraming salamat sa ating sponsor. So, very I hope hindi kayo masyadong na-shock dun sa kay Mr. Godfrey. Obviously, he is mentioning about the inflation and how does the central banks, even the federal bank, control and manipulate our currency. So with that, wag na nating paghintayin ng mga audience natin. Ito yung mga things na pag-uusapan natin for today. Money versus currency. We also have Bitcoin and blockchain, followed by how to start. So of course, gusto natin yan. Paano ba natin masisimulan to? But with that, let's try to start first with the history of money. But I'd like also to commend Miss Ivy. If you guys still remember yung episode number 6 natin about the gold, I really admire Miss Ivy on how she presented our history when it comes to the money. And later on, we would like also you guys to try to chat down. I encourage you guys to type in your questions or any comments. Pag-usapan natin to. I'm not a professional I'm not gonna say na I'm very articulate with this when it comes to this matter, but ang purpose natin talaga dito is maunawaan siya in layman terms para kahit na yung mga ordinaryong Filipino will be able to participate on this emerging market. Of course, it depends on your risk tolerance, but our purpose here first is to strengthen your fundamentals para kahit anong mangyari when it comes to the price action, you know what is your objective and you're gonna stick on that objective. Okay, so here, obviously, we have this history of money. Bibilisan ko na lang tong part na to kasi alam naman natin na nag-start tayo when it comes to barter. Pero ano ba tong mga ginagamit nila during those times? We have commodities. Let's say, 1 chicken for you, I'm gonna give you a dozen of egg. And then, from there, nagkaroon tayo ng precious metal. Identify nila yung gold and silver. Even ang mga other coins. Also, we have here paper bills, and then the plastic cards, a credit card. So, dyan na pumapasok yung digital cash, like GCash and Paymaya. And eventually, now, we are into cryptocurrency. So, ang tanong, what is the difference between money and currency? Yan na. So, are we aware na meron pang difference yung dalawa? Actually, even the accountancy, yung mga namimit ko into banking or financial, parang nagugulat sila. Is there a difference between these two? Parang wala naman. So, let's try to check ano ba yung characteristic ng dalawa. Well, obviously, they are medium exchange. They're portable. They're durable, divisible, fungible. And dito sila nagkaiba. Store of value. So in the long period of time tested, balikan natin yung gold thousands of years ago. Yung value ng gold, just like what we discussed or what Miss Ivy discussed on episode 6, na na-retain ng value ng gold versus inflation, versus sa value ng currency, and ang dami ng mga currencies na nagpunta sa zero. Or as in, bumagsak talaga siya. And yung mga reasons na lang para makarelate tayo, let's say yung World War II, where they have the German currency, and as we know, after that 1940s, pumasok na ngayon yung dollar, US dollar, to be the global currency or reserve global currency. But along the way, nagkaroon ng mga changes, like during 1940s, they recognized dollar, as we said, in under the Bretton Woods, na still backup siya ng gold. But as time goes by, 1970s, by President Nixon, if I still remember this correctly, they removed gold as a backup for the dollars. And of course, ang concern dyan is world power. Bumabagsak yung dollar and they don't have enough gold to back it up. So, again, balikan natin yung ano ni Miss Ivy. I am not gonna prolong this part para dun tayo sa main event later on. But what I'm saying here is there's an evolution of money. And we have to identify na nagkakaroon ng changes ang mundo. During 1990s, internet, they thought na hindi siya magpo-progress. Even during the late 90s, almost 2000, they thought that cellulars are luxury. But nowadays, sinong walang internet connection? Sinong walang cellphone? So when it comes to the cryptocurrencies, kung sino yung mga early adapters, ito talaga yung mga nagkakaroon ng, sabi mo ng may edge sila pagdating sa market. And that's the reason why we're trying to educate us para hindi maiwasan din natin yung mga scams. Right now, what we can see here on our screen is the different currencies worldwide. Of course, number one na dyan yung US dollars. Even the Philippine peso, we have that. So that's it for today. Next slide is, by the way, may question ba tayo so far?
I think wala naman na related dun sa first few slides. Pero ang sad ko lang din medyo ang sarap na lang parang makinig, parang audience na lang. Pero sige, regarding dun sa yung value ng currency na zero talaga. I remember Venezuela, 'di ba, nagka-hyperinflation sa kanila, and then napanood ko sa documentary, yung pera nila ginagawa na lang basket kasi nga wala ng value. Which is
Yeah.
very shocking, 'di ba? Parang, oh my God, gagawin siyang basket.
Yes, actually, yung iba pinangsisiga na lang eh.
Mm-mm.
As in, naging zero value sila. Speaking of Venezuela, even Turkey, even this African countries, they started to somehow see the value of Bitcoin. Kasi hindi naman lahat may access sa gold. So, yun din yung advantage ng Bitcoin or ng cryptocurrency versus gold. Kasi nga, as long you do have the internet, you can participate on this type of emerging market. Yan. Okay.
Ako guys, tahimik lang ako ha. Hindi, ang
So,
sarap
again,
kasi makinig, di ba?
Yep.
Lalo na pagka ang ganda ng topic. Go Henry, sorry.
So, pinapakita talaga natin dito yung history para maging aware tayo kasi hindi siya tinuturo sa school eh. That's the sad part. Hindi siya part ng school natin. Kaya most of the time, ang nangyayari, lalo na sa mga Pilipino, Ang nangyayari talaga is concentrated tayo na magkaroon ng trabaho. Mag-concentrated tayo sa mga careers natin, and somehow nangyayari din is isa lang yung nagiging source of income natin. So, yung mga ganang concern.
Pero parang nabasa ko sa news recently, may bill na to include financial literacy, I think, sa atin. Hopefully, magtuloy-tuloy yun para
Yeah.
mas maging madami yung financial literate.
Yep.
So,
We need to support those kind of bills. Kung meron man dapat na supportahan, yun yung mga bills na yan.
pakitag nga yung mga senator natin dito.
Paki-share po.
Yep. Okay. May question ba pagdating sa store value?
Wala naman. So, go ahead.
Okay. So, next is blockchain. Ano ba tong blockchain na to? To be honest, ito yung technology behind the cryptocurrency. And since nakapokus tayo ngayon sa Bitcoin, since yan naman talaga yung pioneer, para masimplihan lang natin, it's the decentralized ledger, public ledger. So, ang purpose nitong blockchain is to scattered yung ledger na tinatawag. Kung ang central bank or ang bank, they have their own order book na tinatawag, na lahat ng transaction nila, nire-record nila doon. But if someone could actually try to or attempt maliciously and try to sabihin na natin, manipulate yung records nila, it could be easily done. Unlike in blockchain, na it's scattered. So, it's gonna be difficult, next to impossible, to really, manipulate yung naka-record na sa blockchain. So, once it's recorded there, if someone attempted to change the record, the whole system will actually try to verify that. And that's what's happening on the blockchain. That's how secure it is. It's actually considered as the internet version 2. So they thought that blockchain is part of the internet, just like way back before, na ang medium is we have the television, we have the telephone, we have the radio, and then we have the internet. Without thinking that the internet actually is going to eat all of those medium and those channel. So meron na tayong internet radio, internet TV, even VoIP. So, pero at the next level is people thought, or most of the people thought, that blockchain is just part of the internet. No. Blockchain is going to be huge. That's going to eat the entire internet. So, instead of centralized Google, na nandun lang lahat ng kanilang mga data, blockchain can actually scatter it the whole world. And it will go to the next level. The only concern now is let this blockchain, different blockchain, be able to talk with each other. And ang kagandahan natin is nasa 2020 na tayo. Unlike 2017 before, these are all white papers. These are all in ICOs, all proposals. But since 2020 is here, we're on that part na kung saan is yung platform is nandyan na. Yung platform is nandyan na.
Yeah. Henry, sorry, question lang kasi ako kasi parang may background ako sa kahit konting knowledge lang about accounting. So parang are you telling us na yung blockchain is like a ledger sa accounting? Tama ba ako?
Yes. Siguro magandang analogy dyan is sabihin natin lumabas tayo. Sabihin natin 12 tayo. Tapos yung isa doon is siya yung naatasan sa mag-record ng mga gastos ng barkada. Siyempre, pag lumalabas na ganyan, hindi na iiwasan. Pahiram naman ako nandito, ikaw mo nagbayad dyan, or ganito. So, ang ginagawa niya, siya yung nagre-record. But instead of doing that, is lahat sila may checking. So, sa lahat sila nagre-record din. So, kahit na i-manipulate ng isang barkada niya yung nakalista doon, pero the rest, meron din silang record. So, hindi manipulate siya basta-basta.
Oh, I see. Kasi, yun nga, coming from, nakikinig ako kanina na-intriga ako, tapos na-curious din ako dun sa sinabi mo na parang, dating sa akin is nearly impossible na mabago natin kung ano man yung record sa blockchain. Tama ba? Kasi in general ledger, in accounting, mahirap magbago ng mga accounted transactions, but mas madali siya parang kaya talaga siyang baguhin Are you telling us na super safe ng blockchain?
Well, it really depends on what blockchain are we talking about. If we're going to talk about Bitcoin's blockchain, definitely it's the most decentralized blockchain so far in the world. Kaya may nagsasabi na this is going to be the next Bitcoin, buy this token, buy this asset, malalagpasan yung Bitcoin or mababa pa yung presyo nito. There will, to be honest, as for me personally, there will be no other Bitcoin next after Bitcoin. Why? Number one is Satoshi Nakamoto. Who knows Satoshi Nakamoto personally? May nagpakilala ba na ako maliban na lang kay Greg Wright na inaangkin niya sa raw si Satoshi, but obviously no one believes him. Pero since ang Bitcoin is ginawa siyang not to be manipulated or to be intimidated, kahit tutukan mo siya ng baril or garahin mo siya, sinong gagarahin mo, sinong tututukan ng baril? We're going to talk about other assets like XRP. It's very controversial. Dinidemanda nila yung CEO and CFO ng XRP. Why? Because there's a person who is in charge of the technology. Unlike Bitcoin, sino? For the past 12 years, 10 years, they're trying to attack Bitcoin. And until now, nandito pa rin siya. And sabi nga nila, if you can't beat the party, you join the party.
Correct. Ito, may additional comment nga si Janjan dito. Before kayo mag-invest sa crypto, try to learn about the tech, blockchain, and ano nga ba yung use cases ng mga coins and tokens. Yan.
Yeah.
Reminder.
Very
Huwag
good.
na basta invest, guys.
And dyan talaga pumapasok na ngayon yung mga scammers. And hopefully later on, we could tackle that also. Sino ba tong, or paano ba natin maiiwasan, or how can we identify if such asset, token, crypto is nabibilang siya sa mga shitcoins na tinatawag. Okay. So, do we still have a question when it comes to the blockchain?
Go ahead.
Wala na.
Wala.
Okay. So, lately, ito yung mga countries na nagpa-participate sa blockchain. Of course, this one is not that updated anymore. It's been a while. But as you can see, almost worldwide is yung adoption unti-unti. Nakikita na talaga. And lalo na sa mga countries South America, like Brazil, like Colombia, like Venezuela, like nabanggit ni Shio na currencies actually really deflates. Hyper-deflation na nangyayari sa kanila kasi nawawalan na ng value. Yung inflation ng pag-print is sobrang taas to the fact na wala na siyang backup ng gold. And yun nga yung kinatatakot na like what IMF or the International Monetary Fund, na somehow may mga nagpo-propose ng global reset. Ito yung mga nakakatakot. Ito yung part na ayaw natin na mangyari. Kasi maraming tao ang hindi handa pag nangyari yun. And the transition of power from China to US to Russia to part of Europe, ito talaga yung pinag-aawayan. That's why somehow you have to scatter your portfolio. And you have to be wise kung ano ba yung mga asset na pwede mong paglagyan. And that's also one of the reasons bakit yung mga central banks lately are buying gold. Although nagkaroon ng shift ng demand and supply sa gold, makikita rin natin yan later on sa graph. But that's one of the main reasons. And on top of that, lately, institutions are considering Bitcoin as the digital gold since we are on the pace of digital age. Although wala pa tayo talaga dun sa peak na yun, but that's a good thing of it. We could still consider ourselves as early adapters. Although most of the people are saying, no, it's a bubble, it's a bubble. Actually, all types of market has a bubble. It's just that knowing the cycle, when to enter the market, and kung pwede ka pa bang sumakay sa trend. Kung hindi man, then wait until such time na pwede ka na ulit sumakay.
Yes, timing, guys, is very important.
So here, binanggit dito yung mga ibang samples ng cryptocurrencies, and later on, you will be able to identify ano ba yung mga coins na to. Speaking of that, we have different types of currencies pagdating sa cryptocurrency. Number one is what we call Bitcoin. Siya talaga yung king. So that's why when you call Bitcoin, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Pero we also have what we call altcoins. Altcoins means alternative coins. So besides Bitcoin, if you are not Bitcoin, you are considered as altcoins like Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Litecoin, and so on. So these are the altcoins. Pero meron tayong tinatawag na third class. This is what you call stable coins. And normally, stable coins are pegged to dollars since dollars din naman talaga ang current global currency natin. But there are countries like India, like Venezuela, they actually have pegged their money to a stable coin para makabili sila ng diretso. Mas mabilisan yung process nila. Hopefully, eventually, Philippines could also have that stable coin once na-recognize na ng central bank natin on how we could utilize itong market na to.
Henry, question. Sa crypto ba, meron din bang parang blue chip na equivalent, same as sa PSEI, or wala siya?
Good question. Later on, I'm gonna show you the tools that I'm using. Somehow they call it as a Bible of cryptocurrency. Parang ito yung pinaka-manual mo where you will see all registered cryptocurrency.
Okay.
From there, you will identify ano ba itong mga blue chips coins na to and tokens. As for me, I consider the top 100 o sabihin na natin top 20. These are, you could consider na blue chips ng cryptocurrency.
Okay.
So from there, mapapag-usapan natin dyan yung tinatawag na coin market cap, yung tokenomics na tinatawag para ma-identify mo kung ano ba talaga yung value ng coins. Most of the time, pag nakita nila, itong coin na to, ang mura lang niya. But without knowing na ang supply pala niya ay billions or trillions. Kaya mura lang yung value niya. Unlike Bitcoin na 21 million lang yung cost niya, that's why also the value is around 60, around 58,000. So, yan. Kailangan mong ma-identify na hindi porket nakita mo, cents lang yung value nito, magiging $1 to. No, there are lots of things that you have to consider when it comes to knowing the true value of the token or coin.
True. I remember yung pinapanood kong tutorial, parang nung nag-aaral ako sa stock, ang sabi, mura nga yung bibilin mo, pero mapapamura ka naman daw.
Totoo yun. Totoo yun.
Pero hindi dahil mura, guys, okay na siya.
Madaming ganon. Pero hindi naman natin sabihin sa kanila na huwag nilang bilhin yun. What we're saying is it depends on your strategy and goal din eh. Kasi meron naman talagang mga tinatawag natin na scalpers, day traders. So they just go in and out of the market. And dun sila kumikita kasi yung volatility. So it's just that it depends on your availability and your strategy plus your goal on how you could maximize itong emerging market na to. Okay. Yes, Sir Sean. Nakakita ko meron kang parang hindi ka nagsasang-ayon eh.
Hindi, tahimik ako. Pero to be honest, guys, disclaimer, I'm new talaga yung knowledge ko. Mga 0.01 lang sa cryptocurrency. So that's why I'm more on listening. Pero kanina nga parang may nabanggit ka na parang mga I'm not sure. Is it market cap? Kung yun yung bilang ng Bitcoin, sa stocks ba parang market cap siya?
Yeah, parang yung number of shares na binibenta, di ba? So, dun siya kinu-compute kung ano yung supply, current supply, and maximum supply ng coin na yan. So, hindi kasi siya pwedeng ibagsak na 21 million agad yung nasa market. So, meron pa rin siyang inflation na kinu-compute. And ang kagandahan sa Bitcoin, it will take around 20, 40 or around that range or 2140 bago mo mamina yung buong Bitcoin. So 100 years from now, doon mo palang makukuha yung pinaka-last Bitcoin.
Henry, meron palang question dito before we proceed dun sa slide. Ito. From Sir Mark. Tanong lang po, yung Bitcoin po ba is just like PSEI when it comes to stock market? Kasi pag bumababa ang Bitcoin, most of coin bumababa din.
Yeah. Maganda yung tanong na yun. I tried to compare it on other market eh. Pero somehow meron siyang point. Thank you, Mark. May point ka kasi since Bitcoin yung king, hindi may iwasan na pag gumalaw yung Bitcoin, kasama niya yung buong market. So just like yung sa PSC, sabihin mo yun yung top 100, top 10, or top 20, or top 50 market. So naglalaro yung value ng mga companies na yun. So somehow, affected yun yung buong market niya. Pero mas magandang comparison ang cryptocurrency into Forex. Kasi lately, since nangyayari naman talaga, ginagamit nila ito pang transfer ng mga funds. So, instead of getting it into value of like stocks, they consider it into more of like Forex.
So talagang malaki din yung similarity sa ibang market. Pag yung mga leaders gumalaw, the rest will follow din talaga.
Yep. And dyan napapasok ngayon yung tinatawag natin na market cycle. So, since I think ipakita ko muna tong slide na to para pagdating makita lang nila kung sino na yung mga nagpa-participate sa market. Ito, since 2018, 2017 nilabas to. So, I'm not sure if everyone are still here, but for sure, mas malaki na yung market na nagpa-participate locally. So, we could see here, Quezon City, Makati, Parañaque, Pasig, Taguig. So, ito yung mga global business area natin which accept Bitcoin. Yan. So, hindi na siya taboo na makukonsider. Unti-unti na talaga siyang na-accept ng market. Although, pag sabihin mo yung peak, wala pa siguro tayo dun sa peak na yan. Okay, before we do this, how we start, let me share this window to you guys.
Henry, singit ko lang
Go ahead.
Ano lang. Oo. Guys, kasama niyo ako, zero knowledge din ako sa crypto. So kung meron kayong question, comment below. Comment nyo lang guys. Huwag kayong mahiya kasi hindi ako nahihiya. Pinaamin ko. Magtatanong pa ako. Pero meron pang isang question dito. Nakita ko lang. And who regulate Bitcoin? Galing kay Sir Ronald.
Yan. Magandang tanong yan kasi each country has their own regulation. So, technically, pagdating kay Bitcoin, since wala naman talaga siyang mako-considered na pwede mong kontakin, like customer service ng Bitcoin. Sino ba customer service ng Bitcoin tawagin ko? Wala siyang ganon. So, walang totaling 100% nagko-control sa Bitcoin. Pero kung ikaw ay citizen ng US, you are obliged to follow the tax concerns nila sa SEC. So, dun pumapasok ngayon na kailangan magpasakop ka sa kanila. On the Philippines part, we still don't have any tax for Filipinos. But, ang tinataksa nila sa atin is yung mga exchange like CoinPH, like Abra, like PDAX. So, they considered yung tax ng mga to as like a regular remittance center or yung mga exchanges. Pamalit ng currency na ganito or pamalit ng ginto or mga tipong ganon. So, doon pumapasok yung tax ng mga. But as individually, para lang tayo nag-remit ng peso to dollar or dollar to peso. Yan. So, yun yung perks natin as early as adapters. Kaya, maganda talagang ma-expose sa market para ma-maximize mo yung mga ganitong opportunities.
Yes. Henry, before we proceed pala dyan sa steemit.com, pwede mo ba siyang i-zoom ng konti? Yung
Yep.
screen
Let's try to open
para
it.
makita ng mga nasa mobile device nila.
Actually, ako gumawa nitong part na to. This is how I see the cycle. So what we call here bull market during the 2011, 2012
Henry, sorry, pwedeng
cycle.
isa pang zoom.
Okay.
Mga isa. Yan, thank you so much.
Medyo blur lang siya ng konti, pero here, I showed here, sandali. Baka naman mapakita ko siya sa, Bitcoin liquidate. Subukan ko mag-open ng another. May time limit ba tayo dito?
Wala naman. Unlimited.
Guys, habang may inaayos si Mr. Henry, guys, pahirapan natin siya. Magtanong tayo ng magtanong.
Yes.
Go lang, keep it coming.
May tanong si Jason, meron po ba itong replay? Yes, recorded po ito, Sir Jason. So, pwede nyo siyang i-play anytime.
Ayun. Mga kasi to mga previous na mga basa ko sa market. So, I'm sorry kung medyo magulo siyang tignan.
Okay nga technical
May mga
analysis
kasi
din
ako
ng
na ginawa before. So,
ng stocks.
para nababalikan ko lang yung history niya. Kung ano na yung naging galaw ng market. Yan. Here natin weekly. Okay. So, currently, ang nakikita natin ngayon ay ito yung Bitcoin in linear scale. So, let's just put it in log scale para makita niyo siya in percentage kung paano gumalaw yung market. Tanggalin ko na lang muna tong mga drawing natin.
O, diba? Nagka-charting 101 din tayo.
Ayan. So, as you can see, by percentage yung movement niya. Actually, parabolic pa rin siya kung consider kasi weekly naman itong tinitignan natin. Pero pag ginawa natin siyang linear, makikita mo talaga yung increase ng Bitcoin time after time. 1,000%, 8,000%, and then now, you could see, nag-triple na yung amount ng Bitcoin. So, yan yon. Now, when it comes to the cycle na tinatawag natin, balik ko yung mga lines ko. Yan. So, we need to identify na meron pala siyang market cycle na tinatawag. So, hindi pwedeng puro pataas yung market. Here, during this time, dito natapos yung bull market and then nag-start na siyang maging bearish ang galaw niya. Para ma-relate ko siya sa inyo, dito sa Steemit natin, hold on. Live kasi kaya kinakabahan.
Yeah. Go lang. Go, Henry, go.
So, in-identify ko lang dito yung number of bars na consider siya sa bull, consider siya na bear, consider siya na accumulation period, consider siya na may expansion part, and yung reaccumulation. As time goes on, nakikita nyo na yung period din nag-expand. So, humahaba siya. Nagkakaroon siya ng mas mahabang period ng paggalaw ng market. Of course, since mas malaki na yung value ng cryptocurrency, right now we are playing around 2 trillion plus. Yung 2018 bubble na sinasabi nila is hindi man lang tayo umabot ng 1 trillion doon. So this time around, we are double na. So diyan mo talaga makikita na yung expansion ng market. So with that, you really have to identify na paakyat ba yung market, pababa ba yung market, sideways action ba siya, or ito na yung okay na magkaroon ulit ng reaccumulation para for another bull market. So I hope nasagot ko yung concern na yung part na yon.
Agree. Sige bro. Just to just to clear. Guys, yung nakikita natin in screen is weekly chart. Baka malabo lang yung kanila. Although excited na ako dun sa how to start. Kawawa naman kasi ako Henry. Technical. Pwede pong
Wag kang mag-alala kasi kailangan talaga 'to bago ka
Okay.
pumasok ng market para
Yeah.
malaman mo na eto pala yung time, nasa trend pa pala ako, puwede pa pala akong sakyan yung trend. So, just for that, since napag-usapan na natin yung cycle, paano natin mababase na eto yung cycle? Paano nalalaman na ito yung umpisa ng cycle or what? Diyan pumapasok ngayon yung tinatawag natin na halving. So every 4 years since the start na ginawa ang Bitcoin, 2008, na ano niya, white paper niya, by 2012, namina na yung first 210 blocks niya, 210,000 blocks. So dinivide siya na ang design niya for 21 million, every 4 years, approximately, maa-attain yung blocks na yon. Pag naabot yung blocks na yon, ang inflation ng Bitcoin, hindi kamukha ng dollars na they could print unlimitedly like what they're doing lately, like the quantum easing na tinatawag nila. Kung natatandaan niyo yung sinabi na sa video natin kanina kay Mr. Godfrey, that the central banks could easily print money, pero pag ordinaryong tao nag-print nun, kulong ang bagsak nun. Pero sila, they could do it. They could manipulate the market. Now, when it comes to Bitcoins, yes, it has inflation, pero ang nangyayari sa kanya, from the first 50 Bitcoin per blocks na pwede mong mamina, nahati siya half. So, by 2016, naging kalahati na naman siya, 25. By 2018, naging 2020, hanggang sa bumagsak siya ngayon sa 6.25. So, 6.25 na lang yung pwede mong minahin per blocks. So, ang relation niya is, itong mga lines na to, ito yung date ng blocks. Now, if we're going to show this one, ito yung countdown ng blocks na natawag natin. So, ayan, for the next halving, approximately around 1,100 plus days from now, magkakaroon ulit ng halving. So, ang kagandahan nito, unlike sa ibang market, we do have this kind of platforms na pwede na natin gamitin para ma-monitor yung market. Magkakaroon na pala ng halving nito. So, it means magkakaroon na ng possible change ng trend. So, from here, you could actually check this one, kung ano yung history ng mga galaw ng market during that time. And you could compare it along with the other coins na available sa market. So, yan yung nangyayari. Nahati yung value ng currency, nahati yung value na pwede mong mamine, particularly when it comes to Bitcoin. And speaking of that, ang Bitcoin kasi tinatawag siyang POW. Ito yung cryptology niya. Ito yung part ng tokenomics niya, how to secure the network. There are different types of coins na gumagamit sila ng POA, Proof of Authority, or POS, like Proof of Stake. Diyan na bumabase kung paano nila isi-secure yung network. And particularly ang Bitcoin, POW ang tawag sa kanya, which is Proof of Work. You need to have a physical mining machine for you to recalculate yung bawat blocks and transactions sa blockchain. So, since meron siyang tinatawag na halving, doon natin ngayon mabibase yung ating market cycle. Okay?
Question, Henry. Sa cycle, currently, nasa uptrend ba tayo or downtrend sa Bitcoin?
Going to check this chart. Obviously, it seems like nasa ano pa tayo? Nasa bull market pa tayo. On my count, ang average natin, at least maabot man lang natin yung 58 bars na tinatawag or 406 days. Since the halving, since the day of halving, which is yung huling halving, latest halving was last May 11, 2020. So from there, you could count on 58 bars or 406 days. Ito na yung mga possibility na magkaroon ng movement ng market when we talk about time base.
Pero syempre
But
wala
of course,
din dyan yung mga like anong tawag dito, pag nagkaroon ng ng news na, for example, si Tesla biglang bumili ng Bitcoin. So eventually, baka from bullish na paggalaw ng market, baka bigla siyang mag-spike, right? So hindi na susunod minsan yung days, tama ba?
Yeah. This is the technical part when it comes to analyzing yung chart
Mhm.
niya. Pero when it comes to the news, hindi mo naman siya maapektuhan. I mean, hindi mo naman siya makokontrol kung ano ba yung latest news. Pero we have this what we call charting. It's formulated by Plan B.
Mhm.
Um, I'm gonna try to share this one also. I think I do have it on my page. Ito, different analysts and somehow chinek na nila yung ano ng market, galaw ng market comparison. As we know, sabi nga, history tends to rhyme itself. So from there, na-formulate nila yung calculation on how things happen, on how they could consider na eto na yung time at ano ba yung mga nakikita nila. Na-complete na ba yung cycle? Na-kompleto na ba niya yung 3 waves na tinatawag for this particular cycle for it to have a trend change? Now, when it comes to news, since ang market natin ay still emerging, of course, bata pa siya, and 2 trillion cap siya, madali pa rin siyang gumalaw. Kaya it's the most, sabihin na natin, it's the most volatile asset right now when it comes to this type of venue na comparison sa Bitcoin, comparison sa stocks, comparison sa forex, comparison sa real estate. Yung cryptocurrency is considered as the most volatile. Pero within that volatility, meron pang tinatawag natin na extreme volatility. Now, it depends now kung ano yung sentiments ng market. Like yung mga news na lumalabas na yan, yung mga fundamentals na yan, ano ba yung mga development pagdating sa market. Kaya it's very important na yung coin market cap saka yung CoinGecko, I'm gonna share that to you guys later on. Now, we always monitor this. If you are planning to enter the market, the number one thing that you have to do is to be able to not just check your social media or makinig dun sa mga sabi-sabi. If you could see it on your own na sa coin market cap, ito na yung mga nagre-register, ito na yung news today, and then you could see also yung Bitcoin halving. Technically, hindi ka lang nagbe-base sa news. Kasi nga, pagdating sa trading, I'm sure you guys are aware about this, that you buy the rumors and you sell the news. Most of the time, pagdating ng news, late na yun. So, yes, meron pang sabihin nating last wave to pull up, pero eventually, ito na yung time para magbenta. Yung mga ganun part.
Henry, speaking of real estate, may tanong dito si Ronald. Bakit tumataas ang value ng Bitcoin? Gold tumataas dahil may demand at limited ang supply. Ganon din sa real estate, tumataas ang value at rent due to demand. Ano po ang fundamentals niya?
Wow. Ang ganda ng tanong na yun. Basically, again, pumapasok naman lahat ng pagdating sa asset is yung supply and demand eh.
Mhm.
So as we say a while ago, way back 2017, ang mga nagtatangkilik sa market is mostly retail. Natapos yung 2017, 2018, they're trying to pass the baton to institutions na this is your turn to push the market. Pero nangyari, binitawan ng institution, they drop the baton, and we enter that long bear market na tinatawag. So, puro fad news ang nangyari, they try to kill the technology, pero since ang fundamentals niya, and nakita talaga ng mga developers na they don't care about the price action. What important is the technology exists and ano ba yung nare-resolve niyang concern. If we're gonna talk about Bitcoin as currency, kasi most of the time, ito yung ang tingin ng mga tao or misconceptions natin, including me before, na ang Bitcoin is pambibili ko siya ng sapatos, pambibili ko siya ng laptop or whatsoever. Pero yung transaction ng Bitcoin, it will take 3 minutes, 3 minutes before you could actually buy something. And lalo na pag ang demand ay mataas, so yung blockchain is naiipit siya. So that's the reason na institutions are considering Bitcoin as a store of value rather than the currency. There's a big possibility in the future. Example, let's say Digibyte. It has 5 algorithms. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang siya nasisecure sa pagdating sa mga mining. Meron siya iba-ibang algorithms na pwedeng maging secure at mas mabilis siya sa Bitcoin. And meron din tayong tinatawag na atomic swap na pwedeng ma-adapt yung Bitcoin and maging compatible siya sa mga gantong technology. That's why we also have what we call layer 2 na dinidevelop ng mga developers, mga software engineers for let this blockchains to talk like parachains for them to communicate with each other. And from there, since madali na mag-communicate itong iba-ibang blockchains na to, pwede na silang mamili ngayon kung saan nila gagamitin. And by the way, ang purpose ng blockchain or ng crypto is not just for buying. The blockchain is actually so huge that you could actually put there the medical system. You could even put there or add to the features, which is nasa market na ang supply chain. So since it's a ledger, everything is recorded there, ang limit lang niya is yung human imagination. But basically, you could actually put almost everything in blockchain. And from there, the next level is how to improve the technology in a way na makakapag-usap yung mga blockchains. Which is nangyayari na din, pero may mga limitations pa rin. That's why nag-emerge dyan yung ibang mga altcoins and speculations nila. Like Cardano, like Polkadot, na nagpo-provide ng mga parachains para ma-improve yung network. Yan.
Mhm. Nag-comment si Jan about Jan. Nag-pivot yung case ni Bitcoin from transactional to a storage of value.
Yeah. So, dati, pinambibili pa rin Bitcoin. The first transaction, if you still remember, is pinambili siya ng pizza. So, I don't know kung ano na nangyari dun sa 50 Bitcoin na pinambili niya ng pizza. So, yun, yung mga ganong klaseng movements of technology. As later and as it matures, then apektado talaga yung galaw ng market sa value niya. But lately, all I can say is all these institutions like JP Morgan, like Goldman Sachs, like Racketwell, yung mga institutions na to, before they even say na don't buy, especially JP Morgan, he's very vocal na if he find out any of his employees bought or doing transaction with Bitcoin, immediately they fire him. Pero ang nangyari, since yung mga investors nila is na-identify talaga yung value ng asset, na-force talaga sila na, yeah, okay, we're gonna buy Bitcoin. So it's not a matter of what they say. What you check is what they do. If you really want to dig in on this kind of market. Merong mga ganon under the table scenery na nangyayari para mas maging exposed ka sa market. And that's the good thing of OFE, yung mga ganitong channels. We could actually broadcast those updates to our viewers. Yeah. So may tanong pa ba dun sa price action na tinatawag natin? Bakit tumataas? Bakit bumababa yung value ng Bitcoin? Yung consider pa rin pala dun is yung high hash rate. Ito yung mine difficulties. So kung sabihin nila pwedeng kontrolin ng Bitcoin, depende kasi ito dun sa mga dami na nagmamines. So individual person can do mining. If you still remember the 2017 pumatok to sa Pilipinas, we even have this Philippines crypto miners. I think yung website na to is still active or this group still active, where they could share yung ano bang magandang gamitin na GPU ngayon, yung mga graphic cards na yan for them to mine. But as the halving happened, hindi nila meron palang halving na tinatawag. So hindi na nila magamit ngayon yung mga GPUs na pinundar nila before. Doon ngayon pumapasok yung pooling na tinatawag. So instead of mining it individually, you connect to a pool and let all these miners in that pool share the hashing power na ma-generate nila para nila makapag-mine ng mas maraming Bitcoin. So, mas sikat dyan lately ang China. They have lots of pools. Pero a good thing with this one is these pools or these miners can connect everywhere they want. Hindi siya pwedeng sabihin na stop this pool. Okay, so what if they stop this pool? Yung hash power ng Bitcoin sa compute niya, nag-a-adjust din sa dami ng mga nagko-compute. So pag kumonti yung nagko-compute, syempre bababa or yung difficulty niya masihirap. Kasi konti na lang kayo mag-aagawan eh. Kaya hindi mo siya pwedeng sabihin na hindi. This month, ang kikitain ko or ang mamimina ko is 6.5, sabihin mo na gano'n. The following month, mas madami akong mamimina. Hindi. Wala siyang makakapag-dictate kasi nakadesign talaga siya na mag-adjust kung ano yung nangyayari din sa mga miners. That's one also good thing in securing the network.
Ang
And of
dami
course, maapektuhan na yung price action.
Oo. Baka may mga na-info overload na dyan. Pero may mga nagtanong dito na paano bumili or how to start.
Yes.
Later, i-discuss natin yan, guys. Nasa slide siya ni Henry.
Yes. Excited na talaga tayo na...
Oo. Tanong ko na din yun eh. Paano na ba ako magsimula? Gusto ko na.
Yeah. At tamang-tama kasi iyan na yung ating next slide, how to start. Nakita nyo na yun eh. Nawala ako. Pa-help naman. Nandyan
Yung
pa ba?
slide pa.
I-broadcast yung slide. Okay. Ayan, how to start. Ito yung pinaka-exciting part, how to start. Kailangan natin malaman kung ano yung mga platforms na kailangan natin gamitin before entering. Of course, before any business, kailangan mo ng pondo. Kailangan mong pondohan siya. So, paano ako magpopondo? Dito na ngayon papasok yung tinatawag nating wallet. So, kung sa digital thing, meron na tayo ngayon pumapasok na mga GCash, and Paymaya. It's almost the same, pero nasa blockchain kasi siya. At ang kinikip dito, yung pinaka mahalaga dito is yung key. Ito yung pinaka-passphrase key mo. So, kahit na lumipat ka ng computer, lumipat ka ng cellphone, it doesn't matter. As long as you have the key, you could access your wallet. Kasi nga, nasa blockchain siya. Okay? So, may tinatawag tayo ngayon na cold and hot wallet. And then later on, I could discuss the exchanges. But basically, the difference between the cold wallet and the hot wallet is physically, yung cold wallet, you could hold like a ledger. You could buy this ledger. It's like a USB device. From there, you could store the key and pwede kang mamili kung ano yung mga coins na pwede mo siyang i-store doon. And you have the option to remove it from the internet and mas masisecure mo siya kasi hindi siya nakakonect sa internet. Hindi siya ma-hack basta-basta. By the way, ang hinahack dito is hindi yung blockchain. Ang hinahack dito yung account mo. So that's different. Kaya kung yung account mo nakakonect sa internet, of course, may possibility. There's always possibility, no matter how secure it is. At kita naman natin yan. No matter how secure it is, merong possibility pa rin na manakaw sa'yo. But of course, it's gonna be physically attack you. Pero kahit nakuhanin nila yung ledger mo, kung hindi naman nila alam yung passphrase, yung key, wala pa din. Now, hot wallet. This hot wallet, example nito is, let's say, yung CoinPH. Yung, I do have, let's say, Celsius Network or BlockFi, where these are connected to the network. Also, let's say, MetaMask. Sorry kung meron ako mga nababanggit na ano, but I'll try to show this later on, and perhaps, let's see kung pwede natin magkaroon tayo ng live kung paano ginagamit itong mga to. But basically, it's ready and it's connected to the network. You just open your PC if you install this on your browser. From there, you could simply type your password and yun, kung meron na siyang pondo, kung may laman na siya, pwede mo na siyang exchange. Ngayon, ang tanong dyan is paano mo siya lalagyan ng laman or paano ka magka-cash out. But before we do that, another platform na ginagamit natin is what we call Coin Market Calendar. Dito, maganda siyang platform kasi kamukha nung sinabi ni Shira kanina na paano kung bumili yung Tesla or ganito, most of the time, nilalagay nila dito na o magkakaroon kami ng testnet, magkakaroon na ng mainnet, or magkakaroon ng airdrop. So, maganda rin na aware ka dito sa calendar na to para yung next event, ma-anticipate mo na siya. Yan. Next is yung tinatawag nating CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. Ito yung platform na yan. From here, at dito nakalista yung mga coins. And once you click them, you could see the tokenomics ng coins na ina-eye nyo. So basically, parang yan yung Bible ng cryptocurrency. It showcase there kung ano yung website nito, ano ba yung social media nito, ano yung development nito, ano yung Reddit nito. So, diyan natin makikita kung naka-register na ba siya or purely IPO pa lang or ICO pa lang, mga ganyan. And then we do also have Binance and KuCoin Exchange. Ito yung exchange na ginagamit ko for my short term. So, yeah, we would also identify kung anong klaseng strategy ba yung gagawin mo. Am I going to do this for long term, for mid term, or short term na I'm just gonna go in and out? Siyempre, kung in and out ka sa market, you want na yung pondo mo laging ready na bumili or mag-sell. Yan. And then we also have BlackFi and Celsius Network. What are this? It's actually compared, or you could compare it to a traditional banking, where they do exactly the same business ng bank. Kung ano yung nilagay mo doon, they give dividends, they give the stake, they compute it, and they share it to their investors. So, dito, kung meron kang stable coins, let's say, naglagay ka dito ng USDT, na stable coin na nakapeg sa dollar, ang percent niya, if I'm not mistaken, is around 12%. So, saan ka makakita ng ganong klaseng market na pwede kang mag-earn ng 12% for 1 year, APY? So, pwede mong i-ano yun. Kung let's say, sa tingin mo, volatile na yung market, parang ayoko munang mag-buy ng coins. Ilagay ko muna siya sa stable coins, and then I could actually put it on this platforms para passive income pa rin siya. Nag-earn pa rin siya. So, meron mga iba pang mga exchanges, meron pang ibang mga platforms na pwede natin magamit. But so far, these are the things that I personally use. I don't recommend you guys to use it. Of course, you always do your own diligence. But personally, na-test ko to na ito yung effective sa akin. Sa aming mag-asawa, actually. Yan. So, paano nga ba mag-start? I think this is the time na tayo. Buksan ko yung isang account namin. Yan, account ni Mrs. to.
Yes, I agree, Andy. Kasi nga, ako nga, struggle ko rin yan eh. And nagbabasa actually ako ng mga comments. And marami dito sa nagko-comment is really excited na. Paano ba? At paano ba, ano ba yung tamang way ng pagpapasok ng pera? Ano ba yung tamang way para makuha namin? At the same time, paano ba bumili? Paano ba mag-sell? Guys, lang na yan ni Henry Su. And sorry nga pala, hindi na namin maisa-isa lahat ng comments kasi super dami. So yun. Pero I am 100% sure, guys, may replay to. And you could watch it naman after. Yun, rewind forward lang. Gawain ko yan eh.
Ito, i-flash ko lang din sa screen yung reminder ni Uncle Janja na yung passphrase daw, isulat sa papel, wag sa mobile or computer.
Yeah.
So, sa mga beginners dyan, take note.
Yan, magandang tip yan. Although ako, lately, tamad ako eh. Pero I used to see na meron din ako yan. Meron mga stone wallet also na tinatawag lately. So, kung aware kayo doon, hindi siya nabubura. Kahit mabasa siya ng tubig, secure yung passphrase. Yun nga lang, front siya sa fire. Pero, imagine, hindi siya nabubura, kahit mabasa ng tubig. So, if you guys are considering those kind of technology also, available na siya.
Let's go, Henry. Excited.
Excited na si Sean.
So sa
Yes.
main event tayo, main event daw eh. Of course, how you going to buy a crypto? Ang sikat sa atin is yung CoinPH. Ito kasi yung isa sa mga pioneers since 2017 or earlier. Nag-open na talaga sila and regulated sila ng Bangko Sentral natin. So you have to do your own, you need to do the know your customer na tinatawag. So kailangan mo mag-submit ng IDs or what, but there are lower part na kung maliit lang naman yung ilalagay mo and hindi naman ganun kalaki yung transaction mo, you do have the option kung ayaw mo isubmit yung IDs mo. Yan. So from there, from GCash, let's say GCash or Union Bank or Louvier, ito yung mga nagpa-participate eh. Even 7-Eleven, they participate. So that you cash in there and then they transfer it to your account. You just need to get kung ano yung wallet address mo. For CoinPH, you could actually use your mobile number or your email address para ma-transfer your account doon. Pero within sa loob ng CoinPH kasi, meron yung iba-ibang tinatawag natin na iba-ibang asset. Lately, meron silang Bitcoin, meron silang Litecoin, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum. Yun yung nandun sa platform nila. So kung ang ilalagay mo doon is Bitcoin, of course, ang gagamitin mong address is yung Bitcoin address. Kung halimbawa, meron ka ng tinatawag na Bitcoin sa ibang wallet, let's say nanggaling ka sa Coinbase, gusto mong i-transfer yung Bitcoin mo going to CoinPH. Pag pumasok ka ng CoinPH, ang titignan mong wallet address mo, kailangan yung Bitcoin address. Parang pag naglagay ka ng dollar sa dollar account mo, hindi mo naman gagamitin yung peso account number mo, yung gagamitin mo yung dollar account number mo eh. So ganun din dito. Kung ano yung ita-transfer mo, yun din dapat yung address na gamitin mo for that particular coin. Now since sabihin natin na wala ka pang ganon, what you want is you just open an account. As for us, itong CoinPH itong Qcoin, you do have the option to buy a crypto. And buying a crypto, you could use your credit card, debit card, or we also have this what we call P2P, bank transfer, or you could also do the fast buy. But for me, we personally use P2P. From here, let's click this. Yan. So from here, pwede kang mamili kung ano yung mga available asset na gusto mong bilhin. Of course, we have Bitcoin there. We have other alternative coins like Ethereum, or kung gusto niyo yung native coin ng Qcoin, they have KCS. They also have other stable coin like USDC. And yung pinakasikat is yung USDT, yung tinatawag nating Tether. So from here, makikita mo may available na nagbebenta dito for a price of $1.01. Yun yung equivalent ng coin or ng asset na gusto mong bilhin, na stable coin na gusto mong bilhin. From here, you could actually choose, let's say, Philippine peso. Ayan, PHP. Meron tayong PHP. So, meron nagtitinda dito. It's called Fast Trading. Ang kanyang transaction ay bank. So, yung iba, especially when it comes to Binance, mas maraming option eh. Sometimes they accept GCash, they accept Paymaya. So, yung mga ganun. So, pipili ka lang ng seller na gusto mong bilan. At of course, kung ano yung transactions na gusto niyang gamitin, yun yung gawin mo. Right now, available dito na ang 1 USDT is equivalent to 54 USDT. Or I mean, 54 pesos ang 1 USDT. So, let's say, we click buy. From here, makikita nyo na dito, ito yung available na binibenta niya. He has $1,200 available. You could buy in between 500, the smallest 500, up to 100 or 1 million. Ito, kung meron siyang enough pondo, pwede kang bumili ng ganun. Here, you simply write down kung magkano yung gusto mong bilhin. Automatically, it will be converted in USDT. You place your order. Sabihin natin, lagay tayo dito. Yan. So, pumasok tayo dun sa minimum amount niya. automatically converted, and you place your order. So
Henry,
magkakaroon ng chat
newbie
box dito.
question lang.
Go ahead.
Newbie question. Ano yung USDT? Is it crypto rin ba siya o pera ba, digital money?
Yeah. Ito yung tinatawag natin na sa third class siya. Ito yung mga stable coin. Nakapeg siya sa dollars. So, yung mga stable coin na tinatawag natin, iba-iba yan eh. Merong Tether, yan yung USDT. Meron tayong USDC. Meron tayong Paxed. So, pipili ka lang doon kung ano yung available, and yun yung bilhin mo. Para pagdating mo sa market, pagpasok mo ng market, considered mo na hindi ka pa able bumili ng Bitcoin. Kasi pwedeng mangyari, gumalaw bigla yung market eh. So, syempre, at least meron ka agad buying power. Ito yung tinatawag mong buying power.
So, consider siya as parang coins din, pero hindi siya masyadong gumagalaw. Parang ganun ba?
Yeah, that's why it's called stable coin. Nakapeg siya particularly in dollar, kaya USD. So, US dollar siya. Tapos, pag nilagay mo na siya or nakabili ka na doon, you just need to transfer it dun sa another account mo. If you want to put it on your trading account, if you want to do some margin or futures, or gusto mo lang na maiwan siya sa main account, automatically, pag bumili ka dito, nakalagay lang siya sa main account mo. You have the decision if you want to withdraw it or kung gusto mo na i-transfer dito sa mga different platforms na to within the exchange kung paano mo siya gagamitin. Mabilis ba? Or I think it's may question pa ba?
May question dito sa Qcoin. Ito. Sir, na-try nyo bang payment channel na Mobilum sa Qcoin? I think this is from Mark.
Hindi pa. Personally, hindi pa. Pinakita ko tong second account namin. Ang ginagamit ko talaga pagka nag-transfer ako para ma-monitor ko lahat ng cash in namin is through Binance. Saka mas mura kasi sa Binance eh. As you can see, dito, nasa $54 siya, or 54 pesos per $1. Sa Binance nito, kung di ako nagkakamali, nasa 52 lang. So, yun yung ginagamit ko. And then, I just transfer that going to Qcoin. Pipili lang ako ng blockchain na mas mura para mai-transfer ko siya dito. And since hindi na rin naman naglalagay si Mrs. sa account na to, so yung nakalagay dito, ito na yung aking tinatrade. And hindi na kami nagdadagdag ng pondo kasi ang ginawa ko kasi sa amin is I divided our portfolio. Meron kaming pang trading, short term, meron kaming pang mid term. Ito yung nakalagay dun sa mga platform na binanggit ko, like traditional banking, para nag-earn siya by staking or lending. And then yung third account ko is yun, nakalagay siya sa cold wallet or hot wallet na nakasecure lang siya doon. So hindi siya, kahit gumalaw yung market, hindi ko siya lilipat kasi medyo malalim na naman yung ano namin doon eh, yung aming startup. Not unless makikita ko na, okay, it seems like the momentum is shifting, it looks like there's a possibility na ang bear market ay then depende kung ano yung nangyayari sa market, doon na ako eventually mag-release or i-re-evaluate ko yung portfolio natin. But as of today, pinapakita ko lang sa inyo na ito pala yung mga options. So, yung binanggit ng ating questioner kanina, participants, may mga ganong options, but the thing is, you just need to communicate first before you actually send it. Meron sa FB na group, they call themselves, I think, Binance P2P. Nagsasama-sama doon yung mga sellers saka yung mga buyers. So, kino-confirm nila doon, legit ba to or what? Kasi meron pa rin mga nanloloko kahit sa P2P. So, that's why you do have other option if you want to use debit card, credit card, yung mga ganun na options. Yun nga lang, syempre, you have to pay the price. Depende kung ano yung gusto mong piliin. Now, let's say, sabihin naman natin nagkaroon ng mga dispute, hindi naman agad natatransfer yung money unless tinransfer mo talaga dun sa direct na account. Pero pwede mo siyang i-dispute dito sa mga platform na to. Tumatayo lang yung platform na to as a third party para mangyari yung transactions. But they're not the one who is actually selling. Not unless you use the other buying like yun nga, yung credit card or debit card, then definitely, although ginamit mo yung debit and credit card, sa kanila ka na mismo bumibili. Ito, person to person siya. Kaya siya tinawag na P2P.
Mm. Ang dali na ngayon, no? Dati, I remember, kailangan mo pang pumunta sa Bayad Center or M. Luwilier. Tama ba yun? Tapos de-deposit ka.
Yeah. And sobrang mahal nung transactions nung mga time na yun.
May narinig pa ako,
Parang
parang
bayad
pati
ka ng
7-Eleven.
500 transaction lang.
I remember dito din sa SG pala may ATM na. So you can buy and
Yeah. Even
nakita ko
dito, meron rin dito, mga Bitcoin ATM. Pero sa western part ng kingdom. So wala dito sa central part.
Mm.
Magandang negosyo yun. Actually, I'm considering kung magkakaroon ng pagkakataon, you could buy those ATM and parang rekta na. Mas malaki daw yung charges doon, pero mas secure ka naman. So, in a way, pwede mo siyang maging passive income in the future. Yeah.
Henry, question ulit. I'm grabbing yung opportunity. No? Kasi after, di ba, parang nakapaglagay na, kunyari, nakapaglagay na sa wallet, and then, yeah, marunong na ako, kunwari, ganyan. Ano yung sunod?
Yan. So, once you put the funds on your account, you do have now the option if you want to do the trading or if now what type of trading do you like? Siyempre, doon lang muna tayo sa spot. Lalo na yung sa mga nag-uumpisa. So, from here, you just click this tabs here. Makikita mo naman kung ano yung mga options na yan. Although, looks like intimidating kasi ang dami niya, di ba? Parang pag pumasok, oh, wow, ano to? Ang daming options. But basically, from here, you could click under trade. Go ahead.
To be honest, sorry, baka nawawala na ganun. To be honest, actually, ako experience. Pala, ano gagawin ko dito?
Nawawala ka, Sean.
Go, Henry, go!
Oh, yeah. So, anyways, from here, you could see na under trade tab, pwede kang mamili kung paano mo siya gagamitin. Nakita nyo dito, even trading bots, meron siyang ganong options. If you want to use the API, kung meron kang sariling platform, you just connect this API to your platform like Blockfolio. So, sa isang platform, kung marami kang exchange, pag samasamahin mo doon, nasa cellphone mo, mamomonitor mo na siya through API. Okay, gusto ko mag-trade gamit itong Binance through this platform. Also, we have this margin. So, dyan na pumapasok yung leverage. And then we have the spot trading. So, dito tayo sa spot trading. Yung iba, ito yung part na hindi ko naman dinidiscourage, pero most of the time, dito talaga maraming nalulugi. Yung hindi pa sila ganun kagamay sa spot, they would like to enter agad yun sa futures, they would like to do the leverage. So, nasasad ako kasi sa ano ko na, I thought nakatulong ako, pero parang yung risk is parang nakasama pa dahil na-expose sila sa ganun. So, it's just
for beginners lang din, ano yung spot, ano yung leverage, baka maguluhan sila eh.
Yeah. So, leverage definitely, yung pondo mo, pwede mo siyang palakin. Sabihin mo, ang nilagay mo dyan is $1,000. Meron kang option na times 2, times 3, times 5 yung tinatrade mo. So, ang nangyayari, humihiram ka sa exchange. Pero yung hinihiram mo, dapat may katapat din na parang meron kang enough asset para pang i-trade yun. Kung hindi, maliliquidate ka. Doon madalas nangyayari na ang tinrade niya, sabihin mo, $500, meron siyang $1,000. So, meron pa siyang 500 na backup. Nanghiram siya for certain amount, pero dahil mabilis yung galawan ng margin, kailangan tumatapat din yung laman mong pondo. Pag pumitik ng sabihin mong 20%, 100%, ganun, tapos wala ka ng pondo na pantatapat doon sa margin, doon naliliquidate yung amount. Kaya kung volatile na yung spot market, mas volatile pa yon, pang 1,000 times. Kasi yung iba nagkakaroon ng margin 100 times, 200 times, 150 times. So depende kung ano yung available sa platform. But for this one, they have 10 times for particular Bitcoin. So meron mga ganong klaseng margin. Now, pagdating sa spot, ito yung regular kung most of our viewers are into trading like PSE. So kung ano yung actual amount mo, yun lang yon. Ang kagandahan lang dito, kahit na nakababad yung binili mo na coins, walang particular na na-charge sa'yo. Hindi ka na-charge. Kung ano yung transaction na nangyari, yun na yun. So kung iiwanan mo yung Bitcoin na binili mo dito, bili mo siya sabihin mo 20,000, tapos after 3 months, bumalik ka, so nandun pa rin yung amount ng Bitcoin mo, pero yung value niya, since ang Bitcoin ngayon is nagrarally sa $57,000 or 58,000, yun na yung certain amount niya. Yan. So kaya ang nangyayari dito, pwede kang bumili, depende sa time frame na ginagamit mo, pwede mo siyang iwanan doon. Kung halimbawa gumagamit ka ng Fibonacci, gumagamit ka ng Elliott wave, or you're just following the moving average, yan. May ibang mga strategy na tinatawag nila na mice or yung mga Burgess style. So basically, itong spot na to, dito ka na pwedeng bumili ng coins at pwedeng magbenta. That's the main purpose ng exchange. Now, yes, please, go ahead.
Regarding dun sa price movement, may question dito si Sean. Hindi ikaw Sean, si ibang Sean. Is there a way po ba to predict the movement ng prices sa market? I guess yan na yung mga sinabi mong
Market
tools
lifestyle.
kanina. Yeah, oo.
So meron naman mga tools, but of course, there's no perfect indicators na pwede natin gamitin. Kung gusto mo ma-keep updated, meron ako ditong page ko or yung website na ginagamit ko. I put here yung mga tradings na ginawa ko. I put here also some charting. So, yan, pwede nyo magamit yon as your guide. Pero again, wala siyang 100% na ito na ba, tama na ba? So that's why before you enter the market, ang inaano ko lagi, ang na-encounter ko lagi, pwede na ba akong bumili ng coin na to? Maganda na bang bumili ng coin or pwede na ba akong magbenta ng coin? Yung iba naman, nasasabihin nila, anong magandang biling coin na pang long term? So, yun yung mga typical questions na nare-receive natin. Ngayon, pag tinanong ko sila, ano yung long term sa'yo? So, magkakaroon tayo ng post doon. You really have to identify kung ano yung goal mo before entering the market. Kasi mahirap talaga sabihin niya, 5 years ang long term ko. Okay, aware ka ba na merong bear market na tinatawag? Aware ka ba sa cycle? Aware ka ba sa halving? So most of the time kasi nasisilaw tayo na ang maganda yung galaw ng market. FOMO, ayan, ganun yung nangyayari. So let's enter the market, let's buy. So actually, to be honest, nung nag-start ako, na ganun din ako. Kasi hindi naman ako marunong magbasa ng chart. I don't know what are this candle means. So, maganda talaga na magkaroon ka ng mentor. Kung hindi man, you read a lot. You check those webinars. Yan, para mas matuto tayo. And then, meron naman mga groups like OFE that share this knowledge. Kaya mas maganda rin na may network ka. Yun yung maganda, to share your knowledge and be able to learn more and grow together.
True. And yun nga, huwag kayong mahiyang mag-reach out. Let's say may questions kayo, may hindi kayo naintindihan. Post lang kayo ng questions dun sa Facebook group natin. For sure, merong sasagot sa inyo dun. If not, maghahanap kami ng expert or mas knowledgeable dun sa area na yun to help you out. Okay? And I think may question tayo dito from Mark. Ayan.
Mark.
Is it still advisable to put my fiat into crypto at this phase if it's true that we are in the second half of bull run based on the crypto cycle?
Hindi ako financial advisor. So I could answer lang yung personal ko. Yung ginagawa namin ni Mrs. since nakapag-pondo na kami dito, pinag-separate ko yung portfolio ko. Ito, willing ako na ma-loss. Actually, hindi willing na ma-loss eh. Pero kahit na ma-loss ako dito sa part na to, hindi ito yung tipong hindi na kami kakain or what. So, merong part ng portfolio na, okay, ito yung long term, ito yung... Pero kung tatanungin mo ako kung maganda bang pumasok ng market, based sa plan B charting, based sa mga technical analysis, and based on the adoption of the market, I think it's still good to enter the market. Pero kung ang strategy mo ay bibili, tapos magbebenta bukas, ay siguro mo yung support and resistance. And as you can see, there's a strong resistance dito sa part na to eh. Kaya kung in and out lang yung gagawin mo, there's a possibility na pwede pang magkaroon ng a little bit correction itong part na to, na mag-bounce siya dito bago siya pumanik ulit. Pero of course, it depends on the strength of the market. Kung kaya niya basagin itong resistance na to, then ang next target is around 65,000, 64,000. So in short term, pwedeng yun yung targetin mo, or probably as early as more than 60,000, pwede ka na magbenta dito in and out. And then kung nagkakaroon ka na ng leveraging, margin, yung movement ng... where's my drawing tool here? Okay. So yung movement ng galaw ng market, kung sabihin mo ng 5%, tapos ginawa mo siyang 10 times 10. So yung leverage mo, meron ka agad 50% na increase. So yung mga ganun na galawan. Yan. So depends kung anong time frame yung gagamitin mo para makapasok ka dito sa market na kung gusto mong pumasok o hindi. You have to answer that question first.
Oo, yes. I agree doon, Henry. Tawa ka doon. Parang, kung sa stocks din naman, parang we have to be prepared muna and have a trading plan. So, I think parang nakikita ko rin dyan sa Bitcoin na dapat, kung magti-trade ka, dapat may trading plan ka din muna. And, syempre, nag-due diligence ka rin, nag-research and ask mentors if yun. So parang I will not say na the same siya. Actually hindi talaga siya the same ng pag-analyze sa stocks. But tingin ko yung strategy, yung concept parang
almost the same.
Yeah, almost the same. Trading
may
plan.
similarity siya. Yes.
Yes.
Ang
Technical
kagandahan lang talaga
analysis.
dito is walang tulugan.
Yes,
Hindi ka mukha na merong
24/7.
open and may close.
Agree.
Yeah, 24/7. Kaya pumasok talaga ito sa akin kasi kung Philippine Stock Exchange kagamitin ko, I have to wake up very early and hindi talaga pasok sa amin ni Mrs. Dahil pareho kami nagtatrabaho, tapos may baby kami, and wala naman kaming kasambahay na para mag-check sa mga bata during those times na kasama namin sila. So, yan, depende talaga yan sa availability mo, resources mo.
Henry, may question ako. Kasi 'di ba binabanggit mo yung support and resistance kanina. Let's say ako as a beginner, let's say wala talaga akong alam sa technical analysis or ano ba yung mga candles na yan. And recently nag-boom yung mga copy trade. So,
Yeah.
Is it okay for me as a beginner na do that instead dun sa ako mismo yung gagawa nito, mag-predict, ganun? What do you think?
There are people, they find it very, who succeed on that type of strategy. Pero personally, ako sinubukan ko kasi siya dahil hindi nga ako tutok din sa market. I just keep myself, monitor na ganito, pero hindi po magte-trade. What? Effective sa akin siya, yung copy trading, pagbabantayan ko yung nagte-trade. Kasi iba yung kanyang risk management pa rin. Buriin mo, nagpapaliquidate siya ng 100% bago niya i-pull out yung order niya. And ang nangyari sa akin doon, naka-totally copy sa kanya. And ang nangyari pa, sabay-sabay na umorder siguro siya ng, I think, 5 or 6. So, tapos biglang bumagsak yung market. Lahat na yun, naka 100% liquidation. So, as for me, nung binayantayan ko siya, naglagay ako ng exit strategy ko, kumikita ako. Pero dahil hindi ko nga siya natututukan, eventually na-liquidate yung funds ko doon. So, I said, siguro kung tututukan ko yung nagka-copy trade, pero parang ako na rin yung nagte-trade. Sabi ko, huwag ko na lang gawin. Pero yung iba, meron naman, siguro maglagay na lang sila ng risk factor. Ang mahirap kasi sa copy trading is hindi siya spot most of the time, leveraging din siya. Kaya kailangan niya ng mas malaking fondo. Ngayon, kung spot lang siguro siya, napababayaan niya lang doon, pwede. Pero kung hindi mo rin siya matututukan, as for me personally, hindi siya naging effective.
And add ko lang din, kasi mahirap din naman talaga pumasok dun sa investment na wala ka talagang idea. So, might as well mag-aral ka na din kahit yung basic para once na nag-copy trade ka, alam mo kung ano yung nangyayari and hindi ka magsisisi sa huli, di ba?
Yeah. So, siyempre, actually, experience, speaking of that, kami ni Sean, dahil nga meron kaming pasukan na investment, ang nangyari is, meron talagang mga pumapasok na mindset nila investor. So, pero meron kasing investor na walang pakialam sa invest niya at merong investor na tutok pa rin siya. So, mamili ka, saan ka ba doon? Kung investor ka na wala ka talagang totally pakialam doon sa invest mo, parang gusto mo lang subukan, small amount you could try. Small part of your portfolio. Kasi nga, very volatile yung market. You really have to. So, dito na mapapasok yung priorities mo. Kung lagi kang nanonood ng teleserye, so sa bahay walang nanonood ng ganun. So, paggising sa umaga, titignan agad market movement sa mga ganong bagay. Sabi nga nila, wala naman daw yung mayaman sa trabaho regular job. So yung mga side hustles na to ang talagang magkakaroon sa atin ng opportunity.
True. And sabi nga din nila, 'di ba, na no one else will care about your money as
Kundi
much
ikaw
as you
din.
do. Oo.
Tama.
So, pag sinabi nilang 100% no risk, ganyan, sure return na.
Tumakbo ka
Medyo
na.
takbo ka na, oo. Talikod ka na agad kasi everything has a risk, 'di ba? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Walang sure win.
Tama.
Agree. Ako nga, total, nabanggit din naman ni Henry yon. Guys, remind ko lang kayo, pag mag-i-invest tayo, make sure na iintindihan natin, make sure na may plano tayo, at make sure na alam po natin yung papasukin natin. Kasi at the end of the day, lahat po ng investment ay may risk. And at the end of the day, kung may plano ka, kung magkaroon man ng aberya, so at least alam mo na yung sarili mong gagawin pag bumaksak or pag tumaas. At least, di ba, meron tayong mga gagawin na. So yan, guys. So, going back, sorry na guys, going back kay Henry. Go Henry.
Yan. So, yung mga platforms na ginagamit ko kanina, may tanong ba kayo doon? Kasi ang lately parang naiisip nila is, paano ba ako kita sa Bitcoin? Paano ba ako kita sa cryptocurrency? Kailangan ko ba mag-trade? Paano kung wala akong oras? Paano kung hindi nga ako marunong magbasa ng mga charts na yan? Ano pa rin yung opportunity para sa akin? So, dyan na ngayon pumapasok yung tinatawag natin na staking. Yung iba, miners. Yung iba naman, they go to farming. Lately, madami ng technology na pumasok dito like DeFi, like NFTP. So, medyo jargon yung mga words na yon. Pero as you go along, makikita nyo na yung mga digital painting, digital asset, like Mona Lisa, kung meron kang in comparison to traditional world, dahil may blockchain siya, pwede mo na siyang ilagay doon at pwede mo na siyang benta. And since recognized siya ng blockchain, ibig sabihin, i-recognize siya ng network na ikaw, digitally, ang may-ari nun. So, walang pwedeng sabihin na, hindi, akin yan. No, nakasulat sa ledger ng blockchain na itong platform na to, na ako yung may-ari ng particular digital asset na to. So, yung iba, pumapasok dun sa ganun, like Mark Cuban, kung kilala niyo si Mark Cuban ng Shark Tank, siya din yung owner ng Mavericks, yep. So, sila yung mga nagpo-promote ng Ethereum kasi yung Ethereum, yung altcoin, second biggest coin compared to Bitcoin, is meron siyang features na tinatawag na smart contract. So, itong smart contract na to is capable of doing those such things. Kaya yung blockchain talaga is sobrang lawak niya na hindi siya limited lang sa simpleng buying and selling. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the platforms that I'm using, a while ago I shared BlockFi and Celsius Network. Probably tatanungin nyo, bakit yun yung ginamit mo? Bakit hindi yung ibang platform? I did my due diligence na check sino ba yung mga CEO, sino ba yung mga owners nitong mga ano na to, and ano ba yung nagba-backup sa kanya. So from here, yung tinatawag ko na Celsius Network, yan, yung CEO nito, yung founder nito, is also the pioneer of VoIP. So yung ginagamit natin ngayon na VoIP, Cisco VoIP, or yung mga Avaya gun streams, even yung technology ng what do you call this? Skype, yan. So, siya yung pioneer doon. So, somehow, what you could, or itong pinafollow ko na to is, sometimes you just don't invest on the technology. You also invest on people. Ano ba yung credibility ng mga tao behind that? And subok na siya kasi fund manager din siya and isa talaga siya sa nare-respect pagdating sa market. So, ang BlockFi naman is merong exchange din na nagba-backup sa kanya, like Gemini. So, alam mo na secure yung asset. Pwede mo sabihin na not 100% sure kasi kahit naman sa bangko, ang insured lang naman sa'yo doon, sabihin mo, maximum of 100,000. Hindi naman yung buong nilagay mo savings eh. But somehow, meron kang security na, okay, you know na meron kang tatakbuhan kung sakali man. And they provide different coins in their market or in their platform na pwede mong pagpilian. Like sinabi natin kanina, pinag-usapan natin, ano ba yung mga altcoins like SEAL na nagpo-provide ng mga ganitong klaseng options for you to earn. Instead of doing the buying, selling, the trading, you could simply buy these things, let it generate by doing the staking or providing security, and then yung portion ng binibigay sa'yo, may amount na pumapasok sa'yo. Besides, dahil nasa bull market pa tayo, ibig sabihin, pwede pang umakyat din yung value ng coins. Until such time na, okay, I think this is the time for me to sell. It's always good to take profit. Kasi profit is a profit eh. Pero meron mga ganitong klaseng tool na kahit very basic lang, pag inopen mo to, parang walang graph, napakasimple lang, swap, buy, sell, transfer, withdraw. So may mga ganyang klaseng platform din na pwede natin gamitin.
Nagtitake note na si Sean yung mga i-install niya na app.
And they also, I think they also provide the debit card. So, ibig sabihin nito, kung may card ka na directly, pwede mo itong withdraw from fiat or transfer or buy or something. So, pwede ka rin mag-apply sa ganun.
Na-realize ko lang, Henry, sobrang bilis ng technology. Like, ilang years pa lang, ang dami nang lumabas na bagong tools. So, ganun kabilis yung cryptocurrency din talaga.
Yeah. Especially now that institutions are recognizing it. So, Tesla, Elon Musk by $1.5 billion, not million, but billion dollars ng Bitcoin. So, paano hindi gagalaw yung market? Even the Dogecoin na pinopromote ng mga TikTokers, eventually they back it up. So, it's just a meme coin, pero nakita mo naman yung movement ng market pag gusto nilang pagalawin. Kaya, depende talaga kung anong strategy mo. If you are just here for in and out, buy and sell, then you could go for that volatility. Pero if you're here for a long run and you really believe in the technology, ito yung mga mas malaki yung kinikita. Siyempre, sabihin mo yung mga early adopters ng Jollibee, mga early adopters ng mga blue chips company, kahit na gumalaw yung market, wala silang pakialam kasi alam naman nila na taakyat pa to kasi yung value ng company talagang pumapanik pa. And besides that, they also receive dividends. So, lalo na may passive income pa ako, so why will I? Until such time siguro na kailangan na nilang gamitin yung money or yung capital, then they have that option also.
Depende din talaga sa risk tolerance mo, no? So, kung
You really,
ako medyo moderate lang ako eh. So, hindi ako yung nag-leverage ng more spot lang. Pero, kung kaya ng budget nyo, and kaya ng peace of mind, meron pa din kayong peace of mind, di
Yep.
ba? So, go ahead. Pero, always, the same for every investment. Kailangan nyo din talagang mag-aral.
And, eto, actually, to be honest, naramdaman ko din to. One of my friends, kakilala ko siya. Mas nauna pa ako sa kanya, pero mas malaki pa yung kinita niya. Pero yung kanyang risk is hindi ko talaga kaya yung risk niya kasi nag-100% all-in siya sa isang asset. So sabi ko, hindi ko kaya yun.
Hindi ko rin kaya.
Hindi ko kaya. Oo. So, iyon, of course, yung consequence nun, iba rin, pero yung reward nun, iba rin. The higher the risk, the higher the reward, but yung consequence nga yun na tinatawag. Kaya kailangan mo talaga ma-identify what's your risk factor. Once you identify them, then that's the time that you could go on and formulate your own strategy.
Ako, Henry,
Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
Ayun, ako lang, syempre, idagdag ko lang doon kasi yung iba kasi pagka nagtitrade ka, so dapat yung emotion natin, dapat maayos natin na handle. So kung hindi natin kayang i-handle yung emotion natin, kasi to be honest, kapag nagtitrade ka na, pag iba yung napapanood mo, iba rin yung kapag ikaw na mismo. Yes.
Yeah.
At pag
The adrenaline
kinakabahan ka,
rush.
ang plano mo is to buy, ang nangyayari, napapasell ka. Speaking from experience na, yung na-experience ko na talaga to. So sabi ko, ang plano ko mag-buy. Bakit ako nag-sell? Dahil sobrang bumaksak. Sabi ko, so yan. So, sinishare ko to kasi I feel parang sa Bitcoin, ganun din siya. If you're going to, papasukin natin yung trading sa Bitcoin, make sure na, maayos natin na-handle yung emotion. And speaking of it, gusto ko ring, itanong, meron ba tayong, parang website, parang Instagram, pwede tayong mag-testing lang, para walang, para lang masanay muna tayo sa GUI, and, ayun nga, practice muna.
Okay.
May ganun ba? May ganun?
Yeah. Actually, what I use is TradingView.
Yun. Baka pwede mo rin i-share yung link, di ba?
Yeah, i-open natin to. Ayan, ito hindi ko pala ito natakel. Good thing you asked. So, it's called tradingview.com. Libre lang naman to. From here, you could access different assets. So, may stocks dito, future, forex, CFD, crypto, index, and even yung economy meron dito. But for this particular one, I click on the dollar index. So, dollar currency index to. And then, yeah. So, libre to. You just go here. But if you want to have the paid account for you to get the full features of this one, pwede rin. So, yan. Maganda siyang i-maximize para mas ma-utilize mo din yung galaw ng market. And from here, pwede ka na mag-plot. Pwede mong ma-check kung strategy mo ba na ginagamit, like yung TSM, pasok ba siya sa galawan ng market? Nasa support ka ba? Or pwede ka na bang bumili? Yan. So, kamukha lang din siya ng Investigram. Meron siyang MACD, meron siyang RSI. So, you could select kung anong klaseng indicators yung mga gusto mong gamitin. Yan. And kainaman nito, hindi lang siya limited sa cryptocurrency. You could use different or go to other platforms also.
Dagdag ko dun sa question ni Sean Henry. Meron din ba dyan yung like may virtual fund ka na pwedeng paglaruan? Like for practice lang. Kasi sa Investa, di ba may ganun? Like,
Oo.
oo, 100,000 ka bigla.
Perhaps you could try Bityard. Hindi naman tayo nagpo-promote. Pero Bityard has that 1,000, if I'm not mistaken. 1,000 na pwede mong paglaruan. Tapos yung isa pa is if you guys are into binary, you could also try IQ option. They offer also there not just Forex, even cryptocurrency. So merong mga nakaredy ng pondo doon na pwede niyong paglaruan.
Thank you,
And then,
Henry.
exchange
Tip.
na ito, available din tong mga graphs na to. So, yeah.
Ayan, I highly encourage guys bago tayo pumasok. Try muna nating mag-practice.
Since nandito na rin naman tayo sa graphs, pakita ko lang yung comparison niya para magkaroon talaga tayo ng idea pa mas lumalim yung punda natin. This one is actually the graph of dollar index based in comparison to the top 100, top 10 and top 20 of currencies worldwide. So, yung blue na to, nakita natin yung galaw ng dollar since 2017 and then itong pandemic na to, ang trend niya, we could easily say na pababa yung trend niya. So, habang pababa yung trend niya, yung Bitcoin naman, paakyat yung trend niya. So, isang indicator siya to see na, teka, ito na bang time na to is umaakyat ba yung dollar? Bumabagsak ba yung dollar? Time na ba akong bumili? So, meron tayong mga pwedeng comparison na pwede niyong gamitin. Kamukha na ganyan. To strengthen this study, makukumpara mo din siya na during 2017, 2016, na yung time na nag-parabolic ang market, is ito rin yung time na yung dollar bumagsak. Habang ang Bitcoin naman is patuloy na tumataas yung 2017, 2018. So, isang indicator siya na magandang gamitin na, oh, meron palang ganito na pwede kong ikumpara yung galawan ng market. Yan. So, just to prove na meron siyang inverse correlation sa market. Okay? Now, in comparison naman ang Bitcoin sa gold. Again, yung blue is yung gold and yung orange yung Bitcoin. Makita natin lately na though they say na ang Bitcoin daw is considered as digital gold, before they go along together, kung umakyat ang gold, aakyat din ng Bitcoin. Pero nung time na nagkaroon na ng this, sabihin mo ng Black Swan event, like pandemic, dahil wala ka talagang nakakita ng event na to, naging resilient ang gold. But lately, nakita natin ang demand talaga, nag-shift na siya sa Bitcoin. Ang gold is, if I'm not mistaken, excuse me, if I'm not mistaken, is around 10, 12 trillion market cap. Ang Bitcoin is only 2 trillion market cap. Kapapalo lang natin sa 2 trillion. He just broke that. So, ibig sabihin, yung growth ng Bitcoin, napakalaki pa comparison to gold. Yung gold, gagalaw yan. Meron siyang advantage sa inflation. But most of the time, gold is designed for us to protect our wealth and to go along against the inflation. Pero ang Bitcoin, since bata pa siya, yung increase niya, hindi mo talaga siya makukompute until now. Kaya some people predicting, I'm not saying it, but some institution are actually predicting it, like HSBC, if I'm not mistaken, and Visa. Nandun sila sa part na Bitcoin might reach 250,000, 400,000, or 1 million. But of course, they don't say na by tomorrow, eto na yan, by 5 years, eto na yan. But they have that kind of prediction. So, as early adapters, malaki pa talaga yung growth ng Bitcoin. If you believe on the technology and you are in the long term, then I could say na isa talaga to sa factor na tinitignan ko din. And lalo na kung magkakaroon ng global reset, wag naman, or monetary change of power dahil nga sa ginagawang quantumism or quantitative na patuloy na pagpiprint ng money, of course, saan ba pupunta yan? And as history says, lahat ng currency eventually bumagsak talaga sa zero. So at least meron kang hedge. You could put some percentage on your portfolio to perhaps to Bitcoin, to real estate, to gold, just for us to protect ourselves also. Yung mga ganitong klaseng graphs na makikita mo, mas maganda na may visualize, mas may imagine mo siya. Yan.
Trading view to, no, Henry? Tama ba?
Yeah, tradingview.com. Isang asset din na tinitignan ko is pinakita ko sa inyo yung ginagamit ko na platform is Qcoin. Meron siyang native coin na tinatawag. And sa native coin niya, pagka nag-invest ka, ang kagandahan niya, or hindi naman nag-invest, bumili ka, is they provide you daily dividends. Ibig sabihin, habang hawak mo yung asset na yon, kung anong kikitain ng exchange na to, may portion ka. Daily. Besides that, pag nag-trade ka, you are entitled to have 20% discount on the trading as long as you have the coins. So maganda siya. That's why I find it very useful. Kailangan mo lang tignan talaga ano ba yung mga treasure coin. Kasi karamihan sa around 8,000 plus, baka umabot na ng 10,000 kasi hindi naman lahat naka-register, is talagang basura siya. Na wala tayong, kamukha ng LA token, 2017 nakita ko na yan, tapos ngayon bumabalik na naman, pero wala naman nangyari doon. Pero yung price action niya, dahil nga yung altcoins dominance ay tumataas, ibig sabihin, mas nagiging aggressive yung mga tao or mga investor. So even these shit coins are actually pumping. So merong mga ganong klaseng asset na pwede natin paglaruan kung sakali, depende yan sa risk factor. But of course, you have to gauge it properly. Kaya may mga tools tayo na ginagamit na ganito. Mag-i-invest ka ba sa Sian coin? Everyone knows the person. And then, meron siyang pinapakita sa mga ngayon na mag-burn siya ng coin, susunugin niyang coin para tumaas yung value. Pero question is, ano yung usage niya? Ano yung nire-resolve niya? Meron ba siyang nire-resolve? Or probably maraming magagalit sa akin dito, but matagal na yung Picoin, if you heard that, yung mining coin through mobile. Pero until now, hindi siya naka-register sa CoinMarketCap or sa CoinGecko. They put a price amount on that coin, pero in reality, hindi mo naman siya mabebenta. Or I don't know, probably person to person, pwede silang magbentahan. But it's not registered. And ang nangyayari lang dun is, as for me, pwede kang kumita, pero hindi ko yung security ng phone ko, kung ano yung mga nakalagay sa phone ko, or yung battery ng phone ko, yung resources ng phone ko, just for me to earn those coin. So, nasa sa inyo pa rin, but I'm actually sharing this one kasi yung most din ng mga kilala ko, sabi niya, ang tagal na niyan, but until now, wala rin naman kami napala dyan. So, is it worth it? Yun yung tanong, is it worth it versus your security na ginigive up mo versus sa time na ginigive up mo? Pero doon ako actually nag-umpisa. Hindi sa particular coin na yan, but nag-umpisa ako sa mga airdrops, nag-umpisa ako sa mga gagawa ka ng particular task, tapos bibigyan ka nila ng coins, either Litecoin, Dogecoin. Ito yung pinakatatlong sikat lagi. So, merong mga ganong site na manunod ka lang ng video, lalaruin mo yung video or yung games. Kung wala ka pa talagang income or capital, then you could play with this as long para lang maging familiar ka sa market.
Yun ba yung tinatawag nila na faucets? Yun ba yun?
Yeah, faucets. Yes.
Okay.
Meron ding mga cloud mining, pero karamihan sa cloud mining is talagang ang dami niyang na-scam. Even yung BitConnect, ang nangyari doon is parang re-recruit ka. So, pag nakita mo ng mga ganun yung bentahan, alam naman natin na hindi, ang cryptocurrency, it's not about inviting or leverage, I mean, yung mga ganitong pyramiding na type. So, yun yung mga i-avoid natin. Though merong mga totoo, pero yung risk kasi, doon na talaga papasok eh. Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Dapat
Nice.
dapat ipa-flash ko pa lang yung about Pi cryptocurrency kanina. Nasagot na ni Hen.
Oo nga, nakita ko yun.
So, meron naman, but again, as for me, hindi ko siya nakikita talaga na worth it para sa akin or sa oras na gugugulin, saka yung security na. And as also, hindi talaga siya naka-register eh. Paano kumikita yung mga developers doon? Yung mga ads doon sa every time na ida-download mo yun, may gagawing kantas. Pero until now, wala siyang use eh. Wala siyang case usage eh. So, yeah. Maybe if in the future, baka magkaroon. Pero hindi ko ubusin yung oras ko doon. I'm just gonna check other assets na pwede rather than going to that direction.
Tama.
Ito, may additional question si Jan. Bro Henry, what's your take on the stock to flow model for Bitcoin?
Wow. Isa yan actually sa tinitignan ko. I think every crypto enthusiast, isa yan sa pinaka-funda nila. Hindi naman lahat naniniwala. It's not 100%. Pero timeline, history, it rhymes. It really rhymes. So isa yan sa pinagbabasihan ko ng aking long term. So you could check the website. You could also do the paid account para ma-access mo yung daily updates nila. Pero they release updates every week. Kasama ako doon. So may na-receive ako newsletter. Para din makita ko kung ano na yung nangyari for the past weeks. So, maganda siyang tool. Makikita mo doon kasi yung data, since blockchain siya, publicly, lahat ng galawan sa market, at yung kagandahan eh. Walang shady part eh, walang gray part kasi nga, makikita mo talaga yung transaction sa blockchain. So lahat ng data available, since nandyan naman yung data, kung may mga data analysis tayo, alam nila kung anong importance ng data. It's something big percentage on predicting the future. Though it's not 100% perfect, pero yung probability of losses napapababa niya. Kaya sabi nila, ito nadidinig ko kadalasan eh, trading daw is gambling. Meron pang nag-comparison na nakita ko, walang future sa future, pero sa spot may future. Tapos hindi, pareho lang na gambling ang future at ang trading. Well, kung talagang no knowledge ka at parang yun nga, all in ka, tapos nakikinig ka lang sa sabi-sabi, ano ba magandang bili ngayon, that's really gambling. Pero kung ikaw ay gumagamit ng indicators, you study it, you try to lower down the risk, then it's not gambling. Kasi kahit naman yung business, merong risk eh. Pero you try to lower down the risk. Yan. So kung ang perspective mo talaga ay gambling, well, sa'yo yun. Hindi kita pipilitin, pero ito yung sa akin. It's very important na magkaroon tayo ng strong principle and good principle to start with. Kahit anong klaseng pasukin mo. Kasi pag pumasok ka with wrong mindset, asahan mo. Anong asahan mo? Of course, yun din yung pupuntahan mo. The power of the mouth, kung ano yung sinasabi mo, negative, then eventually it will happen to you. Medyo sa segue na ako ng konti dito. Sorry.
Sige lang.
I'm humble and honored na ma-invite dito. And I was actually amazed and talagang sabi ko, nung si Sia nag-pray kanina before we start this session, sabi ko, wow. Parang pinagpawisan ako ng malamig or nag-goosebumps ako or what. I thank God na may mga klaseng tao na ganito. They share the knowledge. And it's not just about ourselves. Kahit itong wisdom and itong skills na meron ako, I give it all to God kasi talagang siya yung nagbigay ng wisdom. Since 2012, nandito ako sa Saudi. I think napag-usapan na natin to. Since pumapasok tayo sa principle, bombarded ako ng ng sabi mo ng pagsubok. And I started very small. So it doesn't matter how big your capital or small your capital, kahit ordinaryong Pilipino ka, it doesn't matter. As long you seek ye first the kingdom of God, all these things will follow. So unahin natin si God, yung priority na yon. And eventually, yung pangangailangan natin, siya talaga yung, alam niya yun eh. Alam niya yun. So, I thank you guys sa part na to na ginagamit kayo. Meron tayong mga ganitong klaseng channel.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you
you.
din.
Sa pag-accept ng invitation ni Sean to join us.
Yeah,
Alam ko medyo late notice kami minsan. Pero thank you guys Ivy also last episode. Kasi yung iba um nag-try kami mag-reach out pero medyo nahihiya pa sila. So konting pilit pa kaya yan.
gayahin niyo ako makapal na to. Oh.
Kasi guys, just to add, naniniwala kasi na kapag nag-share ka, mas natututo ka kaysa sa aming nakikinig. So, guys, come on, mag-comment na kayo dun sa OFE page kung gusto mag-share.
Yeah.
Kung gusto niyo mag-share ng skills, so pwede namin kayong ipila. Yan.
Mas mayaman pa si Mrs. kaysa sa akin eh.
Pwede natin siya i-guest next.
Part 2, part 2.
Meron pa bang continuation yung slides mo, Henry? Or
Actually, I'm good. Yeah, it's time now to have our exam. Grab your papers.
Wala po akong connection. Guys, sorry, disconnected.
Thank you, Ronald.
Madami nang nag-thank you.
Ayan, thank you, Dorothy.
Hello, Dorothy. Thank you din.
Ayun. Henry, meron kang ipopromote na page. Pwede mo na siyang ipromote.
Yeah, actually, thank you talaga dun sa mga nagsusupport kasi meron tayong content na somehow na-appreciate naman ng mga tao. And I'm really thankful sa mga nag-support din. So we have this Steemit account. Diyan ko nilalagay yung mga plots ko and charts ko pag may oras. And I also do there yung technical analysis. We also have here Digital Healthy Minds. Ito yung page natin. So yung mga news natin, daily news, weekly news, diyan natin nilalagay. We also have our group. Kung gusto nyong sumama sa conversation, we have this Digital Healthy Minds Philippines. We also have TikTok. Para maabot natin kung hanggang sino yung pwede nating abutin. Yan, Digital Healthy Minds. We also upload there few videos or yung mga short clips natin. And of course, yung ating YouTube channel. Yan. It's been a while. It's 119. Pero I think nasa 100, or I'm sorry, 1.4, 1.6 na yata siya. So I really thank yung mga nagsusupport sa channel and for finding value sa mga contents natin. Ayan. So kung gusto nyong updated lagi sa market, yan yung pwede nyo mga puntahan. Para hindi tayo nakaasa na magbebenta na ba or bibili na ba. Yan. You could decide on your own.
Ayan. Ayan, nilagay ko sa comment, guys, yung link sa Facebook page ni Henry. So, let's support Henry and his advocacy din to help out. Especially yung mga fellow Filipinos natin na nag-struggle talaga ngayon, di ba? Due to the pandemic. Okay. Meron pa ba kayong question dyan, guys? Feel free. Pwede pang humabol in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Actually, ito yung pinakamahaba nating OFE side hustle. Tama ba ako?
Kasi yung pinakamahaba is Stock Market 101. So, mga 2 hours din yun. Ito, lumampas tayo.
Yes. Sa totoo lang, di ko nga alam paano mag-uumpisa kanina. Muntik nang mahulog yung puso ko talaga.
Pero ayun nga, ang dami nagpapasalamat, guys. Ang daming, hello, puro heart. Sigurado naman. Masaya siya.
Thank
Ayan.
you.
Sa inyo. Thank you, thank you. Kahit 2 hours na, sinamahan nyo kami. And share it, guys. Wala tong bayad, libre lang i-share.
Yep, it's all
Mm-mm.
free. It's all free.
True. And
So, kaysa
uh,
magbayad kayo, mag-check kayo ng mga libre.
true. Etong libre naming Facebook group, again, join us, OFE Investing and Business Community. Kung gusto niyo mag-share ng skills, feel free again to message us anytime. And we look forward to seeing everyone sa next episode natin. So, Sean, may page ka din. Baka time mo na para mag-promote.
Yes, guys, i-like nyo na yung Limitless yan kung gusto nyo ng daily motivation and inspiration. Yan, sana
Ayan.
makatulong. Later
Ayan.
video na yan.
Nakita niyo
Henry.
yung caption niya. So, search nyo lang yan sa Facebook. As well as yung page ko din na My Compounding Habits. So, all about building habits naman siya. Like and follow. Thank you. Okay. Henry, thank you so much for your time.
Oh,
Anong
thank
oras
you,
ba
Henry.
Thank you, too. Thank you.
Galing, ang galing. Ang dami
Lagyan
natuto.
natin ng part 2 to. Minsan siguro magiging tayo ng live trading. Si Mrs. yung imbitahin natin. Hindi, joke lang.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And guys,
thank
ako
you.
one last guys, please. Lagi naman tayong dapat merong due diligence. Sa lahat man na natutunan natin ngayon, still, guys, mag-research, mag-analyze, hanap ng mentor, and pag magpaloko sa scam, please. Ingat, ingat. God bless us all.
Okay. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Blessed Sunday. Bye.